It is currently 5:51 in the morning now, Alaska time. We are waiting on Jake to tap in. And we are going to be talking about new legislation that is being introduced into the state of Alaska. Now, this information or this legislation. Jake, thank you very much for tapping in. And I see you got pillow designed pillowcases.
Yeah. No, this is actually there was one time I went to a local super center and I purchased 40 pillows. They were like the cheap like $2 pillows, so it's not like I wasn't like balling. I mean, it wasn't like, I don't know anyone that goes out in like $80 pillows, but I would like to clarify, none of them was from the My Pillow guy.
That's good. It's good.
Yeah, although I have had a My Pillow. I don't get it. Like it's put little chunks of, like, put a bunch of marshmallows inside your pillow, you get the same effect, which is why I got 40 bags of marshmallows. No, no. So I'm finally down to just a few pillows, but my children and I did this experiment where we basically lived in a pillow fort inside the house for a while. And
how was that?
That either makes me the greatest dad in the world or the like most
Laziest?
irresponsible. Yeah, like the most childlike adult.
Yo, it's not irresponsible. Like, you didn't like teach them to, start smoking. I mean, or you don't want them to start fires. So maybe vaping. You should have been vaping in there inside of the pillow fort with your children. There's so many, man. I don't know. You made an indoor pillow fort with your kids. How is there any reason to doubt your parenting with that? That's just a fun thing to do.
Well, it was a house we broke into.
If they really loved their house, they would have been there to prevent it.
Exactly. And yeah, that's what I told them while they were duct tape in the corner.
They should have stopped talking when you told them to stop talking. You either you're either gonna fight or you're not gonna fight. And if you're not gonna fight, just get the duct tape up front.
Here's the deal. A guy shows up at your house with 2 little kids, 40 pillows, a roll of duct tape, and says, we're going to make a fort. Just say, yeah, we're totally going to make a fort.
And
that's the proper answer.
Yeah. You enjoy the s'mores, you enjoy the pillow fort, and you enjoy the invaders.
We meet new people.
Or you defend your home from the invaders with pillows.
Oh my gosh, like, dude, even better if you fight them off with pillows. If it becomes like a random pillow fight.
I thought that was actually how the Great Pillow Fight War of 1972 occurred. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the government of the state of Oregon was overtaken by a pillow swinging mob in the 1970s. So like all the shit that we're seeing in Oregon and Seattle, that's just part of this trend of revolution that is bred in their water. Bless their hearts. That makes them American.
Pillow fights. I hope pillow fight protests go viral. I mean, if you're gonna storm the Capitol with pillows. Just, but don't be that guy that gets all the stuffing down on one side and
or throws a can of soup in there. Don't be that guy. If you're not that guy, as long as that guy is out of the protest, like, what are they going to? They're going to put up their riot shields against people swinging pillows. Like,
I hope so.
And like, I want to see pepper spray. I want to see if they start shooting rubber bullets at people with pillows, not like pillows full of like stuff that could really hurt people, but just a bunch of like
the $2.95 Walmart pillow. The polyfill pillow. Yeah, but I want to see, like, here, I want to see 1,000 protesters against like a Spartan army of riot police with only like shields, and here's where here. Okay, this is what it is. Can you put together enough people with pillows? Under the rule, you can only hit with your pillow versus 200 cops with riot shields. Like, and in like an enclosed, like I'm saying, we're doing the 200 army of Spartan thing here. How many people with pillows is it going to take to beat him?
Man, if you replace the Persians, and it was 300 with the Spartans, apparently, according to the Alan, I believe it was an Alan Moore comic book. But nonetheless,
you're getting ready to say
that doesn't matter. Back to this original story. Man, I think that you could
replace the Persians
with people swinging pillows.
Well, I'm saying you replace the Persians with a bunch of like scantily clad women or girls at a sleepover doing this sexy pillow fight. Anyway, go on with your point.
Which is by the way how I imagine like every sorority get together. Man, don't get me started in sororities and fraternities. It gets into some dark shit, especially now with the upcoming inauguration. We need to talk about what brought us together at before 6 o'clock in the morning to have a conversation. I've got my coffee. I
still want your answer on the Persians though.
How many okay, so how many if you replace the weapons of the Persians now, or how many sorority girls with pillows in a pillow fight would it take to defeat the Spartans, a trained army of what we can only imagine are badass super soldiers? Now, do the badass super soldiers only have shields or do they have weapons?
I was originally going with only riot shields, but let's play out both. Like they can have their spears and their shields, and then there's a scenario where they only have their shields.
Okay, if they have their spears and their shields, probably 300 Spartans, and I would say at least if you got to have at least like one general amongst the sorority girls, right? Like one person who can tell them where to go and what to do, right? They don't have to have any military training with their or do they have military training? Are these trained pillow fighters?
Well, of course, like they're in their lingerie.
So they're obviously the Amazonia Wonder Woman with.
They're the elite.
They're the elite. So probably a fucking million, because they're just gonna get they're just gonna wait until they show up and they're just gonna have that spear that I don't know how long that spear was. I wish we had Siri here at this hour of the morning. Siri, where are you?
I know.
You could just stab. If they've got a pillow and you've got a spear, you can just stick the spear out. You just get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck out. And they're
get stuck in the.
They're sorority girls, so they're gonna get stabbed. They're like, oh, that really hurts. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna stop. Oh, that's my intestine. It's still attached to that spear he's pulling out of me. No, that's got everything about that sucks. You're gonna need at least a million, and you're gonna need to hope that the Spartans get really tired.
I think it'll take 12 because I think they'll go up and they'll start nagging them and just be like, and just wear them down mentally. It'll become a complete mental game, and they'll just crawl to the floor crying, laying down their spear and their shield, and the sorority girls will just be hitting them. Yes, exactly. You'll be like, I'll never do it again. I don't even know what I did. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I love the rebellion. Sorry, we didn't just accept your leadership.
I'm doing this for you.
We know what's good for us.
But yeah, it's 12. Yeah, it's 12 or like a million. You take the spears out of the equation. Who knows? But there's like a certain point where like you just would have to get fatigued. Oh my gosh, why is this not a sport? Why is there not competitive pillow fighting?
Because here's the thing, man. when someone cheats in that sport, it's like when someone puts in, and we've talked about it a little bit, putting on like plaster of Paris on your
Yeah.
gloves, right?
Well, that's
Um,
how you wrap them.
yeah, like these little things that people are going to do to cheat in that sport are really going to fuck people up, like putting a can of soup in your pillow. Um,
Just when your pillow is just like a tube sock with a bar of soap in it.
it's a bar of soap, 3 rolls of quarters, a can of soup,
Yeah.
and an actual brick. Yeah. So
You have heartbreaking news.
I do have heartbreaking news, especially if you are like people like myself and people like yourself, Jake. I think I can speak for you on this subject. I hate added levels of bureaucracy. I hate them. I
Did you
am not.
file a report
I I would, but
declaring
I
your
know
hatred for
that
the?
lots of people hate bureaucracy and no one gives a shit because given the opportunity, we will always vote for people who ask for more bureaucracy.